I then wanted to share with people, they say, what's it like to win the World Cup? And how do you explain it? And I don't think you can emotionally or describe in words what you feel when you win or when you've won the World Cup. But what I wanted to share with you is just what happens in 4 years and why it happened. It gives me an opportunity to tell you guys that cut me out for 4 years, that I can now cut you out in front of everybody. So firstly, and sorry ladies if I say the word kak, but I was at JPS in Afrikaans, was my second language, and kak was my best subject, Afrikaans was my best subject, kak was my favorite word, because even when I said it backwards, it was still kak. So, but firstly, I got the job on Friday the 13th, and I got appointed as Springbok coach. And my mates phoned me and said, are you superstitious about taking a job like that on Friday the 13th? I said, don't be ridiculous, Rudolph took it on the 1st of April. So, and when I got the job, I went to my first press conference, and I was sitting there, and all these cameramen were there, and the photographers were there, all the wise men, some of the presidents. And I remembered saying to the South African public that we need to win, we need to get a winning culture. The one thing I pushed was that we weren't conditioned, we weren't big and strong enough. Now, to tell a South African man that you're not big enough and not strong enough is, I mean, that's like saying you're gay. And they kept saying to me, you know, this guy's lost his marbles. And I kept saying, we need to get bigger, we need to get stronger, we need to have time off, we need to have conditioning programs, we need to rest the players. And so therefore I say to you that the first area that I want to compare with you and say, when I got this job, we planned for 4 years. It didn't just arrive. And that's the first message I want to give you, is planning. So we worked out for 4 years. We would go to gym sometimes 4 or 5 times a week before a test match. Monty would sometimes go 6 times a week before a test match. And what I'm saying by that is he got bigger and stronger, and our players got so much bigger and stronger in 4 years. And let me share with you. We played England in Twickenham, or at Twickenham, in 2004. We had just won the Tri-Nations. We went across Tri-Nations champions, we were going to play against the world champions. And we got there, and they dawned us. I mean, they literally murdered us. And I remember saying to Os after the game, I said, Osa, he was scrumming against Julian White, he was killing him. I said, Os, why don't you murder him? He said, are you mad, coach? He was the Murin already. I don't want to make him even more cross. So I was in this change room, and we had lost, and we had lost the week before against Ireland, and I was waiting for any fax machine to get switched on because I knew I was going to get a fax from someone in the office like, don't come Monday. And I remember sitting in this change room, looking around the change room, and Skalkberger was there, Fourie du Preez was there, Jacques Fourie was there, Brian Habana was there, Johan Smith was there, Bakkies was there, Victor was there, Os was there, John was there. What I'm saying is it was the World Cup team that was standing there. In fact, they were lying there because they were bleeding to pieces. And while they were lying on this floor and they were getting ice and they were bleeding and guys were getting stitches and it looked like a bloodbath in there, I said to myself, I've got to go to this press conference now. Just lost 2 tests in a row. We've been daunted by England, physically been smashed by them. And I said to myself, what am I going to say at this press conference? And it was that press conference where you guys were all crying at home. And you said to your wife, do me a favor, love, just turn up the TV so I can hear what this poople's got to say. And I remember walking to this press conference, and I sat down, and I said to the public of South Africa, it was like schoolboys playing against men. And I don't remember, you know, I don't want to hear what your answers were to that, I don't want to hear your comments because they're women here. But I want to just share with you about the planning that happened from 4 years. 4 years later, we played England twice at the World Cup. We beat them the first time 36-0. And I've said to my mates, I love saying that, so I'm going to say it again, 36-0. And then we played them in the World Cup final and we beat them again. But the point I'm making is that in both of those test matches, physically, we smashed England. And there was no contest on a physical contest between them and us. Now, if you go back 4 years when we played them with Skalk and Jacques and Jean and Brian and John and Os, those guys have got 4 years older and 4 years stronger. And the whole planning of that conditioning program of making these guys big and strong had a massive effect. Even so, that in the Rugby World Cup final, 14 of the 15 guys played for 80 minutes, and only John left for stitches, and he had to go off for blood. Otherwise, all 15 players would have played 80 minutes in the 7th game of a World Cup, in the last game of a year. So again, in itself, it just proves that the planning of the medical staff, the conditioning staff, the resting of the players, all that sort of thing had come together. And I want to share with you that we won the World Cup. Larkham sat out of Australia's games. Carter left the field with an injury. Wilkins sat out of England games. What I'm saying to you is that our conditioning and our planning for 4 years was the first key element of why we got success. So the thing to the business world is you've got to be planned. The second thing was loyalty and experience. Now, Jake, you're too loyal to your players. You've got a fat 36-year-old prop, who, by the way, said I must tell you, is 29 with 7 years experience. You've got a hooker that's the 5th best in South Africa. You've got a fullback who's got blonde hair and silver boots and should have retired in Wales. What I'm saying to you is that if I had listened to what people had said about those guys, they wouldn't have gone to the World Cup. And as I stand here, all 3 of those guys will be inducted into the Rugby Hall of Fame. That you can take as given. And then we'll all say, geez, remember when I watched those guys play? And what I want to share with you is this, is that is when you're loyal to people is when they're losing, not when they're winning. So when people said you're too loyal to people, or too loyal to your players, I was only loyal to them because they were going through difficult times. And that is what loyalty is, the judge of loyalty. Loyalty is not when you're winning. You've got to change when you're winning. You can say what any speech you want. You can stand and say whatever you like. You can be critical about performances when you've won. It's amazing. A video session when you win is critical analysis. When you lose, it's an 8 cuck. And that was the first thing that I wanted to share with you about